It is fight week, people. Devin Haney versus Vasyl Lomachenko. Oh, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited. Long anticipated matchup. This is probably my most anticipated matchup of this year. Certainly so far. Devin Haney, undisputed champion, fighting the challenger now, Vasyl Lomachenko. It's funny because years ago, Vasyl Lomachenko was the champion and Devin Haney was calling him out. Now the tables are turned. Just first off, I don't think Lomachenko was ducking him, so let's get that out the way. But forget about all that. Let's get into this fight. So Devin Haney, he beat George Kambosos twice last year, won the belts there. Now, had Lomachenko not had the war in Ukraine, Lomachenko was going to be offered that fight, and he would have taken it. I think he would have beaten George Kambosos both times, and he would be undisputed champion. So I think people are making a little bit too much of the fact that Haney has the belts, and like that should make him such a big favorite. I don't look at it like that. I'm just looking at the fight itself. Haney's got a big size advantage. He's got a big reach advantage. He's a natural, probably 140-pounder, and he goes in there at 135, but he's really a natural, probably 140-pounder. He's a big lightweight. Lomachenko's probably a natural 126-pounder, so he's a small lightweight. Not making excuses. I'm just saying the reality of it. He's a lot bigger than him. He's got a lot longer reach. I think the speed part, people say Haney's faster. I don't agree with that. I don't think he's faster, hand or foot or reflexes. Even at this age, I think Lomachenko has the speed advantage. I think it's going to be an interesting fight because how much is Lomachenko's age showing? I think a few years ago, Lomachenko would have won this fight with ease. But I think now, at this point, it's a little bit more interesting. Haney's a big lightweight. He could win rounds. He could wrestle. He could maul him maybe. Even though that's not really Haney's style. So a lot of people are bringing up the fact that Jermaine Ortiz did these things to Lomachenko. First of all, Jermaine Ortiz was his sparring partner for a long time. Secondly, Lomachenko had been out of the ring for a while, and Lomachenko is what I would call a rhythm fighter. So he needs to be in a rhythm to really, get his game going. He's not like a Bernard Hopkins type where he could take off a long time, then come back in and be dominant. So this time, he's not going to have that long layoff. But Devin Haney's not such a physical fighter the way Jermaine Ortiz is. And I don't think he's as big of a puncher as Jermaine Ortiz. And the way Lomachenko fights, it's very hard to keep that mental pressure, and fortitude for the whole entire fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think the question is, can Devin Haney hurt Lomachenko? Because he was able to beat George Kambosos, Devin Haney, without ever hurting him. He could win that fight without hurting George Kambosos. I don't think he could do that for Devin Haney. I think that Salido hurt Devin Haney. I think that Teofimo Lopez had the threat of always hurting Lomachenko. And the fact that Salido hurt Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez kind of did hurt him in that 12th round, or at least, buzzed him, whatever terminology you want to use, I think is, a bigger factor. I don't know if Haney could hurt him, and I don't know if Haney has the power to keep Lomachenko from getting up on him and keeping Lomachenko off him. I don't know if he has the power to keep Lomachenko off him. I think that you have to have more than a jab to beat Lomachenko. I think early on in the fight, Lomachenko will look to get off to a faster start than he did versus Teofimo Lopez, because if he does that, he's for sure going to lose. You can't give up 4 or 5 rounds early like that. But I'm really curious to see how does Devin Haney hold up in rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12, because that's where Lomachenko really turns it up to another level. And Haney kind of tends to fade a little bit. Not saying that his gas tank is terrible, but he does seem to fade a little bit. And he does seem to get hit a little bit straight down the middle. I'm going to say that Lomachenko wins this fight. I think a lot of people are writing Lomachenko off. I think Lomachenko wins UD, and I think it's not controversial either. I think it will be like an 8-4 type situation, 9-3, 8-4-ish, maybe even 7-5. But a clear and unanimous decision for Vasyl Lomachenko. I think that Haney's good, but I'm not sold on the guy just yet. I don't know if Haney is the goods the way people think he is. And 2 George Kambosos fights don't convince me. He's still very limited in my opinion. It's very much jab, jab, right hand, hold, jab, right hand, hold. He doesn't land in combination. He doesn't have power. I think he has good speed, but not, oh my God, crazy speed. I don't think he's like Shakur Stevenson where he walks people down and he has, that ability to throw combinations and change his speeds up. I don't think he has Shakur's distance control. Again, he's a very good fighter, but I don't see greatness yet. Listen, he dominates Lomachenko, wins the fight. Perhaps I'll change my tune, but right now I'm going Vasyl Lomachenko UD. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.